This video is sponsored by Dubby Jitterless Energy Blend. Click on the link in the description and use the code PackerMan to save 10% on any order.
I swear, it seems like the names of these races and the races themselves are just getting dumber with each passing year, as was the case for this Xfinity race at Daytona. This sucked. This is the fuel. What's happening, ladies and germs? This is the PackerMan, and welcome to this edition of The Fuel, where today we are going to be doing a quick review of the 2023 Beef. It's What's for Dinner 300. First of all, the name of this race just absolutely sucks. I mean, there's two periods in the race title. Beef, period. It's What's for Dinner, period. 300. It's stupid shit. Enough with the dumb race names. Seriously. But that aside, Austin Hill ended up winning the pole for this race because, obviously, seems like that's all he knows how to do is win at fucking super speedways. But he had to make an unscheduled pit stop before the race began because his radio was not working, so they had to get that replaced. So Cole Custer, who was moved down from the Cup Series to the Xfinity Series, would start from the pole. This was truly a tale of two halves, because the first half of this race was absolutely awesome. You had lead changes galore. I mean, you did have the usual caution flags, like Bailey Curry had an engine expire on the front stretch. Daniel Hemrick and Blaine Perkins got wrecked by Sam Mayer. And then Sheldon Creed gets turned by the 48 of Parker Kligerman, even though he was just trying to bump draft him. And Justin Allgaier spins to avoid him. Stephen Parsons was also involved, but it looked like he just had minor damage. But for the most part, the first half of this race was pretty damn good. Lead changes galore. You had 13 pure lead changes at the beginning of this race, and I'm thinking this is going to be one hell of a second half. Just to show what I know. Austin Hill won stage 1 in a photo finish with Chandler Smith, which was pretty damn good. And then Justin Allgaier won stage 2 as Jeb Burton gets turned into Sammy Smith, who spins down the front stretch. And he had already had damage before. Then the second half of this race began, and that's when it went down the fucking shitter. Because we have a caution on lap 89 when CJ McLaughlin crashes hard on the front stretch. But from the beginning of stage 3 to that point, and then from that point to the finish of the race, it was choo-choo train for the large majority of it. And the final pure lead change happened on lap 96. There was only one pure lead change the entire second half of the race. How in the flying fuck do you go from an exciting, absolutely action-packed first half of this race, and then the second half is a bunch of snooze fest bullshit? Like, how does that happen? And then on top of that, we get a stupid finish on top of that as well. Because Brandon Jones turns off of his teammate Josh Berry as he was trying to make a move to the inside on lap 119, basically coming to the white flag. And then Josh Berry runs out of fuel under yellow, and there was another guy who actually ran out of fuel. So then we have a green-white checkered, and the Junior Motorsports guys, I don't know what the hell they were doing. I mean, they had this race in the bag, and they somehow screwed it up. But the calling of the finish of the race turned into a very heated fiasco, and we already have controversy right off the bat. When Sam Mayer makes a move on Justin Allgaier, but spins on the back stretch, actually flips over, causes a big accident. And then NASCAR has to determine who was actually ahead at the point of caution, which was never really determined to us. I mean, yeah, they showed an image after the fact on Twitter, but it's like they could pick any image that they want at that point. I mean, you can't trust NASCAR for shit. And in the end, they declared Austin Hill the winner of the race. I mean, it's whatever. It's a Mickey Mouse win, so who gives a fuck? I mean, honestly, the second half of this race was total fucking dog shit. In addition to the choo-choo train, there was just, I mean, what the fuck was that finish? I mean, anytime a race ends like that, under caution with a big accident, and not only that, to have, you know, them try to come out and say, well, it was clear to us who won. that was the only camera angle that you fucking had of the finish. I mean, it's just bullshit in my opinion. I don't mind Austin Hill, but I mean, the way NASCAR tried to come off and say, oh, well, that's how it was. Fuck y'all. Yeah, but that aside, the second half of this race was fucking garbage. And what a garbage finish to this race. I mean, it started out great, and it turned into absolute fucking dog shit. And then you have a controversy on top of that. So, fuck this race. My final rating for the beef is What's for Dinner 300 is a 4 out of 10.
What's happening, ladies and germs? Thank you for watching tonight's video. If you're interested in sponsoring the channel, there is a link to my Patreon down in the description box below. Otherwise, hit like and subscribe if you want to continue watching great content like you saw today. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, this is the PackerMan signing out.